All right, guys, we are going to do a little tutorial for the strings portion of GarageBand. That way we can get everyone on the page. We're not really going to do an assignment for this, but we're just going to kind of get everyone a little bit familiar with strings. So kind of covering a lot of what we've done so far. We have smart strings, notes, scales, and then the more sounds are things like cinematic, romantic, pop, modern, all that kind of stuff, all the different sounds you want for your string section, okay? We're going to start with the notes. So just going to notes, it's going to kind of just be like guitar was. The only thing is with a guitar or bass is that there's no frets. So you have a lot of leeway as far as where you place your note at, okay? Now at the top there, you can see that the viola is spotlighted. If I click on cello, this becomes a cello. And then bass becomes a bass. Now it's not a pluck bass like in the bass section. It's going to be like bowed, okay? And then violin. So it's kind of tough. You got to kind of know where the notes are and everything like that. Up at the top left, it says modern. You can change to whatever one you'd like. Romantic. Kind of sounds a little bit different, okay? If we get back out of this and we go to smart strings, this is probably what you'll use if you use something, okay? So right now it has it set up for like a whole string section, first violin, second violins, viola, cellos, and basses, okay? If I click on, I'm going to just tap on C real quick, and I got a nice little C major chord. Now these lines are in the C column, are there, and they can help you play different, oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Chords have been inverted, excuse me. So if I click on the top C, the first line, second line, third line, bottom. Okay? So depending upon what you want it to sound like, you get 4 options there. Now, a really, really cool thing that they just recently added was if I click on the C, and I don't let go, I have it clicked on right now, and I move my finger slowly, I get this chord, and if I stop, it fades out. So if I move my finger quickly, you get this great crescendo. So if you wanted to play like a F chord, and then crescendo, and then go to a C chord, okay, all kinds of cool stuff. Now this also has autoplay. So if you look at, there's a knob on the right, you can select if you want to autoplay. So let's say I want to do 4, or let's do 2. Or I guess we're doing 4. Come on. Okay, we're doing 4. So autoplay, again, you select your rhythm, your tempo, and you just hit and go. Okay, that's cinematic. If I wanted to switch to romantic, okay, and so forth. You can also just switch from chords to notes in the setting right up at the top, okay? Now, in the notes section, there's a little scale. I'm going to click on scale, I'm going to click on major, and now we get our little square so that way we can play a major scale. So I have viola selected. Okay, so now you can kind of gauge on where the notes are going to be at, and it might be a little more helpful. Okay, strings are cool. They're kind of limited in GarageBand, especially if you don't know how to play the stringed instruments or don't have specific ideas for what you want to do. It can be a little limited. So it's kind of one of those things you want to use a little sparingly, especially like with the autoplay and all that kind of stuff. Okay, all right. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. We're not going to do an assignment on strings. We're just gonna, this is just kind of for your benefit, okay? But we are gonna be incorporating strings into other assignments. So If you have questions about this, please ask, fool around with it, have fun, and we will